Kia ora. I'm Stephen, and I'm here with Randall, and we're just going to have a bit of a chat about some things that interest us and what's sort of out and about within the areas of interest for us. The first one that I'm really keen to talk about is the Raw to 4 program. What's your views on that, bro?
Raw to 4 program, yeah. For those of you who aren't familiar, it's something that a lot of people have been doing it for a long time, but the first time I actually have seen someone kind of coin that term was actually by a lot of people familiar with Freelee, the Banana Girl, Banana Diet Girl.
Yeah.
Her mother actually kind of coined that term Raw to 4. And basically, the premise of the program is eating a raw vegan, high carbohydrate, raw vegan diet, from your waking hours until 4 p.m. and then after 4 p.m., eating up or filling up on some cooked vegan, low-fat cooked vegan foods, rice, potatoes, pasta, corned beans, whatever it might be. And my honest opinion, man, it was a bit of a paradigm shift for me, because when I very first got into this, it was 2.5, really into raw foods, 2.5 years ago or so, a little over that now. Just very adamant about 100% raw, and that was where I was at. I didn't have any flexibility within that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat any dates that might have been steamed or rehydrated or questionably raw, dry fruit, anything like that, pasteurized juices, nothing. I was very, very strict about that, and I noticed for myself, when recommending to other people as well, you're trying to recommend, okay, you're eating bacon and eggs and greasy, deep-fried steaks right now. Let's try to get you to eat bananas for breakfast, mangoes for lunch, and tomatoes and cucumbers for dinner. It's it's a bit of a quantum leap for people, and I was having a difficult time getting people to wrap that around their heads. And so I started being a little more open to the idea of I want to see people succeed and thrive on a healthy, conscious, compassionate, plant-based diet. And if someone's going to eat some rice, potatoes, and pasta in their healthy, compassionate, conscious vegan diet, I have no problem with that, man. So it was a bit of a shift, a bit of a mind shift for me, just in the name of trying to get people to be happier and healthier. And in my honest opinion, where I'm at right now, I really don't think that you're poisoning yourself by eating some sweet potatoes with tomato sauce and steamed peas and paprika or whatever it is that you want to get down on your Raw to 4 program. And so bottom line for me is I fully 100% support anything like that, anything close to the Raw to 4 program. I think that it's a good mix between an 80-10-10 diet and a more McDougall sort of diet, which would be a primarily starch-based diet.
Sure.
I think getting that mix, that good amount of fresh, whole, ripe sugars and fruits and vegetables, and then having some starches or whatever in the evening if you want, I think is really about the perfect balance for people, more so than leaning 100% always 100% raw or 100% starch and very little fruit. I think it's that perfect balance, and I'm really a big fan of it. It's really cool to see people more open to that too.
I agree. I'm definitely a supporter of the Raw to 4 program as well.
Yeah.
I think the multitude of people benefit from it as well. And as you said, it's not the end of the world. If somebody has a good, clean, cooked vegan diet, sometimes that purest mindset of got to be this, can actually be detrimental. And so by having that flexibility, it creates freedom, and I think that's really, really choice.
Absolutely, and focusing on health over purity is so much more important. So much more important, because it's sad to say, it's a sad world when their health food is literally dying. It's 70 pounds, something like that, and 14-year-old, 15-year-old kids eating pepperoni pizza and Coca-Cola are happier and healthier, living a healthier life than someone eating 100% organic diet, zucchini noodles and hemp seeds and stuff like that. It's so it's just all about focusing on your health over purity.
Agreed. Freelee, Banana Girl, we support you.
Cheers, Freelee.
Talking about the purest mindset as well, I'm pretty open to, moving away from that, If I can't get enough calories in from sweet fruit, or if I can't source, sugary fruit, I'm quite okay to put some organic sugar or something like that into a smoothie, and drinking water, if I can't find, fresh stream water or something like that, which is kind of really hard, and I have to drink tap water, I'm okay with that.
Absolutely.
I take a supplement, I take B12 supplements, I'm okay with that, because I realize that we live in an imperfect or an impure world, so we have to be open to flexibility and allow compromise. What's your view on the purest mindset, bro?
It's a really good topic, really good question, and for me, it's just kind of like I alluded to before, it's like, you're not going to, the pursuit of purity isn't going to bring you health. You're not going to be a pure, clean person in today's world. It's just not going to happen. It's like, you're going to try to be crazy and pure and clean and not take any B12 supplements or something like that, yet you're riding on the bus in New York City and breathing all these fumes and going to work and stressing out on your computer for 12 hours a day and going home raising children. It's like you're just not going to do it, man. It doesn't matter how much organic vegetable juice you drink. It's like you're just not going to get to that purity mindset. So accepting that we live in an impure world and being okay with that, I think is very, very important. And a lot of people will use that as an excuse to go out and eat deep fat fried chicken and stuff like that too. You have to have a little you have to use a little logic here. You have to use a little,
Agreed.
Going out and having, some cooked vegan Indian food at your favorite restaurant a time or two a week with your friends, something like that, or for your birthday or whatever, is a little bit different than eating fried chicken on a regular basis because it's a horrible world anyway. So
fuck it, I'm just going to have a blowout.
So I'm just going to go kill everything and destroy myself because it doesn't matter anymore. No, it's not true. And so just the big thing is just focusing on your health first. And like you mentioned before, like drinking some like tap water every now and then. For me, it was very therapeutic being in a situation like, man, I'm really thirsty. I'm on flights or whatever. I don't have any bottled water around me or clean water or whatever, and so just going up to the tap and drinking water from that, knowing that there's some nasty stuff in there. In the grand scheme of things, though, what's more important? The small amounts of chlorine or fluorides are terrible things, and I recommend people consume them on a regular basis, but what's more important? What's bigger in the grand scheme of things? Being properly hydrated in that moment, or the tiny bit of chemical or whatever that you're taking in not going to have it's going to have a negligible amount of effect on your health. And so it's very therapeutic for me doing something really simple like that, like, okay, I'm going to try to drink this dirty water now and just to be okay in the moment and be okay with that, like accept that. And again, people can take that as far as they want. People will go out and eat fried chicken tonight and say, hey, I can eat fried chicken and still be alive, but use a little common sense here,
I know for sure that Chris, and I definitely know myself, we're not actually condoning that you go out and have some fried chicken. Obviously in the context of like dirty water, you need to be mindful of where you're at. There are some places that you just don't want to drink water, and you'll be clued up on that. So, but just in general, it's not the end of the world by going out and getting a little bit of fluoride or chlorine or whatever in yourself.
Hopefully I made that clear. I'm not a fan of fried chicken. Nor do I condone it.
Wow, that's really awesome, bro. I'm really glad that I just had the opportunity to kind of ask those couple of questions.
Absolutely.
And so if you're interested in what Chris has said and you like and it resonates with you, you can check out Chris at The Real Raw Results or realrawresults.com. He's got a web page, he's got a web presence. Also, you can find him on YouTube as well. He's got a page with lots of wonderful, insightful, and very educational and open-minded videos. I'm Stephen. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, and I'll put all the information for Chris down in the description box below. Once again, thank you, bro.
Cheers,
Deeply grateful for the opportunity to spend some time and to have a bit of a chat.
Good, man.
Cool.
All right.
Ciao.
Cheers.